Hello everyone, welcome to GwPro Trading. It's Michael here, and today I want to be sharing with you technical analysis and also breakdown of those 10 cryptocurrencies I'm also looking at for the next big move. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you technical analysis as well as price prediction and also points and areas which you can also start to accumulate some positions in the market. Okay, let's just get into it and let's just see. On the very first on the list I have BTC. Okay, so let's just start with the BTC, and I want to also share with you technical analysis using the elliott wave because it's one of my major concepts also in the market, and how I do my analysis is also using the elliott wave concept in order to break down market in the way I would understand. Okay, first I did make some video some months back about when we had price trading right inside of this territory. All right, initially what I thought was I was expecting to see structural rejection around 60k, 64k, but price did create a new high up to the 68k. Okay, that was very cool to see. It was also wonderful, but however I did let go some of my holdings right around here, 64k as well. I did let go some of my holdings around 64k because that was also previous structure here, because I got it on a buy trade using the elliott wave, which I had what could have been leading diagonal right here, which played out nicely, and I knew that I had an A wave, and also looking at another wave which also turned out to be a B wave, and I got it on some positions and I was able to get out at the 64k. However, price did make a push up to 68k before then the drop actually played out as I was expected. Okay, so however, what I'm looking at right now for BTC, I'm not looking at overall buying, and neither am I looking at selling for now. I'm looking at price to get to some structures. So I'm going to be sharing with you also structures which I'm going to be start looking for buying opportunities for BTC as well, and also where I want to start adding some positions as well to BTC. Okay, so we have what could have been a leading structure here, but overall on a much larger time frame, we can as well see that we have what could have possibly been a completion of the wave 3. Okay, so what we had here was what I pointed out to you guys before now, is that we had a wave 1 actually create back in 2018, and we had wave 1 create, 2019 created wave 2, and we have 2020 2021 create also wave 3, okay, which was also at the extreme right around here. So what we're looking at here is the extreme of wave 3, and we also have it that price then started to create a wave 4 in a flat structure. So we have this, I would call this a flat, because we have the extreme of the wave B break above the price territories of wave 3. Okay, so we have this. Let me just go ahead and zoom this in a little bit so you guys can see this much cleanly. Okay, so we have this drop right around here and a breakout, okay, right around here, and we also had price then drop down, so which I'm also expecting that at the completion of wave C, just maybe inside of this territory here around the 32, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35k territory could also be a possible areas to start looking for the next buying opportunities, if I would like to use the word a very big if the bulls are ready to step in and then start looking for some opportunities as well in here. I'm also going to wait for the big whales to also step in and then make some buying opportunities, and then we could also see that confirmations in the candlesticks formation, but also price action developing around this territory. So between 30-35k is where I want to start looking for next buying opportunities for BTC, and that will be very awesome. Okay, so however, I am not actually recommending anything for now, okay, for BTC, but overall we're looking at structurally that on a daily time frame we can see that we are more of bearish for now. Okay, so we're not going to say that, I'm not going to point it out that we are in a bear market, but overall we could actually work out a retracement to complete the wave 4, and after that completion we could be expecting the next move to play out to the upside, okay, for BTC. Alright, so let's look at the next one. We look at ETH. Ethereum here is one of the cryptocurrencies as well. I would also love to accumulate more positions as well when price hits some certain targets, and I want to see those targets around the 2600 area. That would also be a very good area to start looking for buying opportunities between 2600 to the 2200. It's the possibility because we are more of in a downtrend. Okay, so we are more of a downtrend also medium term. Okay, looking at this one here until new price actions develop, but we are more of a in a downtrend in a medium time. Okay, so we looked at also this one here. This also formed similar to BTC as well. Similar to BTC as well, we did complete a wave 1 in 2000 2018 January. We did complete wave 1 right around 2018 January. We also did complete one wave 2 around 2019, similar to BTC, and we did complete wave 3 in June 2021, and we started to form the A leg, which we've completed the B leg right around here. And then we're looking for a possibility that once price hits the C leg, we're going to be seeing the next big move to the upside in order to create the next leg to the upside. Okay, so there's also a great possibility that price could also hit 6K. Okay, 6K is also a possibility we could see price hit in the break, or even go above to 9K. Okay, so it's all a possibility that we could also have price break upside, even making more upside momentum as well in order to create new highs, and also structurally. And we have seen that we have a structural backing using the Elliott wave, and I can well expect that that could also play out nicely. So what I'm going to be looking for, I'm going to be waiting for price to hit somewhere around the 2600 area as well before I can start looking for some buying opportunities structurally, and if I have that structural backing. Okay, so that would be very nice to see. All right, so the next I want to be looking at is one of the crypto assets that have also defiled the market and also gone strong. Okay, so rejecting whatever is happening in the market, because we're having more of a bearish market scenario over a certain period. So we'll say a medium term we have a bearish market, but for some time now, in the last, since December we've seen that FTM, which is also Phantom, has also made a push to the upside, also making new high. Okay, so from December I could as well say that FTM has also made 2x. Okay, it has made more than 2x because we had price move from 1.3 to at the moment we have price trading currently at 3.0. so we've made more than 2x, okay, on this one here. So we've made more than 2x, and it's also phenomenal for those of you that actually came in to take the trade as well, when I did point out to you guys about this territory right here. Okay, so what we're looking to do here, we're looking for some structural backing as well. As always, I'm going to be waiting for the structural backing, and whatever setup I'm going to share with you, I think I'm going to have to share with you also in the forum. Okay, so because this has completed what we wanted to see for a target, so what we're going to be looking for is the next opportunities to the upside. Possibly I'm looking at a scenario that we can as well be seeing price create what could also be a possible flat structure, and on a validation. Okay, let's just go ahead, point that out, on a validation right around maybe a flat structure of some sort, and then we can then look at the next push to the upside. Definitely I will share this with you once this is ready as well, also in the group. Okay, so you can go over to my channel and then see also what I spoke about previously about this currency pay. Okay, so this crypto asset. Okay, so look at the next one here. I want to share with you also this important project here, and it's the mana. Okay, so this is one of the cool projects I'm also looking at, also to adding some positions as well to what I have already. I did buy some positions at 2.8, which I also sent out a signal as well on my Telegram group as well. So I did send out that signal for a buy opportunities around the 2.8 because it's also a very nice area. However, I expect that price could also do further retracement up to 2.5, $2.50 area also too. But I really loved the $2.80 mark area. Okay, so I love the $2.8 mark area, and I put in some positions as well. So possibly if price would also go down up to the 2.5, 2.0, it would also be another opportunity to add into some positions which I have already, and it will also be very nice to see this one. Mana is a very nice project of the NFT. Okay, so you want to be looking at, when you're looking at the metaverse, you want to be adding Mana to your portfolio, because it's a very good project and it's the future. Okay, so it's going to be the future BTC. Okay, so I put it at the future BTC, and we're going to be seeing some big moves in the nearest future. Okay, so now what I'm going to be looking at is I'm going to be looking at the sand. Okay, I'm going to be looking at sand, and what I want to do with sand here is I did make a recommendation previously that we should look for any buying opportunities around 4 points for sand, because it's also a nice area here. But looking at this one here, we could also be working out a corrective wave of the ABC. It's also a possibility that we've completed a structure here, that we've completed A right around here, B right around here. We're looking for a C. However, we don't know what level C could also move into, but I would want to look at that price could want to look at the 127 on also the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so of whatever structure, so possibly that could also be around the 3.2. That could be the lowest point, which I'm also be expecting. So probably if I have price hits in a hurry, $3 mark, 3.2, 3.4. It's also a nice area to start looking for buying opportunities for sand. Okay, I mostly recommend that. It's why would you be in such a hurry into buying an asset at the wrong price? Okay, so this has been one of the major challenges of traders or looking to trade the crypto asset, also trade the crypto market as well. They want to be in a hurry to buy, but I pointed out that there is no real need being in a hurry to buy an asset at a high price. Okay, so the concept, the idea, or the general idea to success in trading cryptocurrencies is buying low, selling high. So you want to buy at the low price and then you want to sell at the high price. Okay, so you buy when price is low and you sell when price is high. And I always recommend that you take profit on the way up. You take profit on the way up because the market is not going to give you profit. You're going to have to take it. You're going to have to sell some of these positions which you accumulated at the lows and then convert those cash into stable coin. You can convert them into BUSD, convert them into USDT, convert them into fiat, convert them into stable coin, or get those cash. It's going to give you a good feeling that you are actually doing something profitable. Okay, so let's look at the next one, which I'm also looking at here. I'm also looking at the PEP. Okay, PEP is also in a nice area which I really love so very much, and I looked at here that price have also rejected in the last few days. Okay, possibly in the last few days, in the last 4 days, we've seen PEP reject $11 area. Okay, so possibly around this area here is also a good position for you to start adding some positions as well on PEP, and it could also mean well for the future. Okay, it could also mean well for the future around $8 mark. Okay, so $8 mark around this territory could also be a nice area to start adding some positions for PEP. Okay, worst case scenarios. What are the worst case scenarios we could also have when trading the spot in the spot on cryptocurrencies? Okay, the worst case scenario is that we could lose up to a 90% of our equity or 9% of our portfolio, okay, for a certain asset, but we can never lose it all. Okay, we can't lose it all because I would say for some assets, okay, we could lose it all on crazy assets, okay, on crazy coin, okay, but for assets such as PEP that have a backing or a purpose or usability, it's a very nice project here for PEP right here. Okay, so the usability and the purpose is a very strong one and a very good one. Okay, so we couldn't look at, I can't start to think of a possibility that price could also go down to zero. Okay, so but it's actually possible, but the chances are very slim. Okay, so I want to start adding some positions around the $8 mark, and it's also going to be cool for me. Okay, also going to be cool for me. Okay, let's just go over to look at the next one. Looking at here is DOT. Okay, I'm looking at DOT. Polkadot is also a nice project which I'm going to be looking at, also further making great use of it. Okay, so last time I bought Polkadot around $8 mark. Okay, so I bought Polkadot around $8 mark. A friend of mine came and then shared the idea with me, and I took a look at the structure, or I took a look at the project, and I really loved it. So I got in on some positions as well, and I was able to bag some good profits on Polkadot. Okay, because getting Polkadot at 8 and then selling at 40 gave me more of 1:5 risks to reward. Okay, so I got in on a very good trade, and it was very awesome then. Okay, so looking at the next opportunity, what I'm also seeing structurally here using the elite wave count, I see a possible one, I see a possible two, which could also start in a more of a contracting structure here, and I see a possible three. I see a possible flat structure also playing out similar to what every other cryptocurrency is doing at the moment, also the major ones. I see a possibility that price could also further drop into just maybe around this territory here of the $20, maybe 16, maybe 13. It could also be possible that price could also drop into 13, just maybe. And these are all good areas which we can also start looking for buying opportunities, and also wait for price to hit, and then we could also buy them for the future. Okay, so for those of you that are looking to buy for the future, I recommend that you start doing so around 2020, okay, 2019. Those territories such as that one could also mean well, and we're looking at Polkadot getting up to $80. Okay, I'm looking at the Polkadot could get up to $80, because once we leave this range, once price leave this territory here, it's a whole massive accumulation. We could also see Polkadot get up to 80, up to 160 is also a possibility, because this is going to be a very huge accumulation. Okay, I'm also looking at MATIC. Okay, so MATIC, for this one here, MATIC did defile some of the structural setup which I also saw in the market then, but I expect that I could also get in some positions another time for MATIC. Possibly I want to get it into positions around 1.8. Okay, so possibly if we could have the opportunity that MATIC could also get up to 1.8, could be a nice time to buy some positions on MATIC. Okay, so we're not going to be looking at any fundamentals, okay, on this session. We're going to be looking at next, we look at the ADA. Okay, so this is also a very nice project here, and in the last video I made, I pointed out that ADA around 1.1, 1.2, 1.0 is also a good buying territory. Okay, so we have ADA leave this territory. Definitely, I would expect that since we overall in a downtrend, on a medium term, we could as well expect that some more drops could also come in for that. But however, I think it's also the best time to start looking for buying opportunities anywhere around this territory. $1.1 mark to $1.3 mark, $1.2 mark is also a good time to start buying at that and also adding some positions to your portfolio. It's also a nice territory there to look for buying opportunities. Okay. Okay, so I look at another project here which I look at closely, and it's also the cake. Okay, so I look at the cake closely, and cake for this one here. The very first time I got in on cake, I got in on cake on $3. Okay, so I got on cake on $3. I was actually careless. Okay, I got on $3. I was actually careless and sold 50% of the position around $11. Okay, so I was really careless. I would beat myself many of the times when I remembered such feelings. Okay, I got it early, but I got out early, 50% of my position, and I got out on the second position around $22. And I saw that cake went up to 44. It was crazy for dropping back into these territories. Okay, so it's also another opportunity to be able to add into some positions and make up for those lost times. It's also a possibility. Possibly if you could have cake just maybe retrace a little bit into $8 mark, it could also be a very nice position to switch one to also start looking for buying opportunities. Okay, so we are more of in a downtrend. You can see that we are trading instead of a channel downward. There's also a possibility that we could also be testing some structural levels, which I'm looking at here, possibly the 1 to some Fibonacci extension of this structure here, which could also take it up to $5. It's all a possibility. Okay, so I want to start adding some positions around maybe 8, maybe 7, maybe 9. Okay, so I will look at structural backing. Once I have structural backing, I think I'll have to shoot that shot. Okay, possibly. I'm looking at also 1 inch. Okay, so what's going on 1 inch, guys? Okay, 1 inch have proved to find support, and that was also back in May 2021, also in July 2021, and we could also see that we are approaching previous areas which we found support. Last time around 1.9, 1.7, 2.0, 1.8 territories. Around this whole territory here is where we last saw support. So possibly I'm going to have to start looking for opportunities to add to my portfolio around this territory here, because we have support right around there, and it could also be backed by some good moves to the upside. Okay. Looking at this one here, I wouldn't really recommend much for SHIB INU. Okay, for SHIB INU, we've seen that price have completed. We did get in on a very good trade, and if you guys remember, I was talking about this accumulation in here, more of sideways market that actually continued a long time, and also talked about this contraction here that also exploited to the upside, and that gave us about 3x. That gave us about 3x. Okay, because we got it in a very good trade, and we got it at a very good position right here. Okay, so we got it on a very good trade, we got it at a very good position upside. Okay, so it's wonderful. And the next looking for is to, oh wow. Okay, so next looking for is to wait for some structural backing. There's no structural backing at the moment, so I wouldn't want to recommend anything or some price levels here, but I want to see price continue to further move down here until there's some structural backing to back up a buying opportunities. Okay, and also we look at the most important one, and it's also what I want to say. Most of the time I save the best for the last, and I save the last for the best. Okay, so I can also mix up that statement. All right, so what I'm going to be looking for is next we look at BNB. From the fact that I always recommend that when you are looking to buy a crypto asset, okay, I would want to recommend also that you want to buy at a good price. Okay, you want to buy at the price which you find it valuable. Okay, so there's a very big difference between price and value. Okay, it's two different things. Price and value is not the same thing. You could be looking at price too high. I could be looking at that value being high as well. Okay, at definitely that same price. Okay, so price and value is two different things. Warren Buffett said in one of his speech and one of his statements, he said it's about getting into buying a good asset and then holding on forever. Okay, so it's all about that. I don't believe in holding on forever. It's all a possibility that price could also be traced back, also similar to what we saw with XRP. Okay, so we did get into some positions on XRP back then. Okay, but for those of you that didn't take profit on the way up, we also had it that price fell back down, also taking out also those profit. Okay, so this is market cap. Let's look at XRP. And okay, so this is XRP. For those of you that got into trade on XRP, just maybe some people got into the trade around 0.7, and we have it that price going trend around 0.7. So why would you get into a trade on, or why would you buy an asset on at a bad price? Okay, so possibly if you can have a possible the price XRP could get up to 0.5. okay, it could also be one of the nicest time to look for buying opportunities. 0.5, 0.4, it could also be nice opportunities, because the last time I looked at having support was also back around 0.1. Possibly we could also look at the possibility that we can start buying some positions around 0.5. okay, and also the last I'm going to be looking at after the BNB is also we're going to be looking at TRX. Okay, so TRX here, TRX overall broke this structure here. This structure for TRX was also a good one. Okay, it's also a good one, and we did break that structure here, having price move back into retesting that territory there. Okay, so we can as well expect that TRX, after breaking this structure, if price fell to continue to the upside right from this point on, could also continue making more downside up to the 0.5, 0.052, and even up to the 0.04 territories for the next buying opportunities to present itself. Okay, for those of you can also look at start adding some positions as well on this one here until we have definitely define a more defined price setup. Okay, so a more defined price setup is also what we're going to be waiting for us to be able to add into some positions, which I'm also waiting for to do. Okay, so see you next time. Subscribe, like, and also share with friends. That's the best thank you, and it will also help in the creation of more videos such as this one. See you in the next one.